Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Butterfly Effect podcast, and today we are doing a video that we did not expect to be doing. Last night there was some news dropped. There's going to be a new Life is Strange game, mate. It's called Life is Strange Double Exposure. But more importantly, Max is back, and obviously being a big Life is Strange 1 fan, I wanted your fresh reaction on it.
Yeah, like you say, I'm shocked. There's been no leaks, there's been no teasers. We thought kind of like, I know this is Deck 9 that's doing this, but Don't Nod, who were famous for Max, before they sold it, the rights to that universe. My energy was just on Lost Records, which I'm still really excited for, don't get me wrong. But we've been in a state of limbo this year where we've had 5 games on the radar, being Lost Records, Casting of Frank Stone, Directive 8020, Wolf Among Us 2, and Until Dawn Remastered, right? Now, it looked like we were getting 5 games this year, and then it looked like 2 got delayed, and it looks like we were having 3, and now suddenly we've gone back to 4. And Life is Strange Double Exposure trailer got announced. No one saw it coming. I'm not going to lie, though, I do have mixed reactions, which I will get into later in this video, and in other videos as well. But still, though, I can't hide away from the fact that I am such a fan of the first Life is Strange, and that inner child in me just cannot wait to get stuck into the game, mate.
Nah, 100%. I mean, before we get into the nitty-gritty of the trailer, I think we'll get sort of some of the more boring things out the way first. We know it's going to be on the next-gen consoles, Xbox Series S, X and S, PS5, PC as well. And refreshingly, mate, we've got a release date. No hanging around, no window, no build up to it. They just slapped a release date on there, October 29th, 2024. So what are your thoughts on that, especially when we've got Lost Records coming out, Frank Stone, all the games you mentioned before?
Yeah, really refreshing. It's released on a Tuesday, which is fucking weird, but I'll take it. But yeah, I think refreshing and different because, mate, we've been fucked around with release dates this year so badly. We've had delays, we've had new trailers getting dropped where they're just like, oh, in your wish list now, or time in this season. And they've just given us an exact date. That's fantastic to me. So thank you very much, Deck 9.
Brilliant. So now we're going to get into the nitty-gritty, mate. We're going to get into what the plot of this game is. And judging by the trailer, I mean, I'm signed on straight away because it's a murder mystery. So I'm loving that fact. We're getting Max back. By the way, actually, as a quick side note, I think the visuals in this are brilliant. I've not played True Colours yet, so I don't know how big the leap is. But I think actually it looks really, really good, compared to when I played Life is Strange 2 last year, and obviously Life is Strange 1 when we covered that on the channel before. It does look really strong, and you can see the next gen really coming into its own on this particular game, which is really good to see. But back to the plot. I mean, there's another friend that dies, mate. I mean, it must be unlucky to be Max Caulfield's friends, because she has friends dropping like flies. And a whole new bunch of suspects to consider, mate. So obviously you're a big fan of season 1. So are you glad to see this back, or are you sort of thinking, oh, it's a little bit of a copy and paste?
There is a point where we have to suspect Max is at fault here. But nonetheless, though, it does seem more like Life is Strange tailored towards you, doesn't it, Jax? It's got murder mystery written over it. So yeah, it's a different direction, and I like the fact that they're going in a different direction, because I don't just want another copy and paste. Oh yeah, she's back at Blackwell, or I don't know, you've got that school teen drama, because it wouldn't make sense. Max finished college and she's an adult now. She's clearly I guess in her 20s in this game. So they had to do something different. I do have concerns though around the fact that Life is Strange, this game might lose the magic that the first game brought, because it's a different genre and a different setting. And also, I do have concerns around the fact that the Life is Strange 1 ending we got gave us this kind of double choice ending. Is this going to kind of do a Walking Dead Season 2 into New Frontier, where it kind of ties up the loose ends, brushes Chloe under the carpet, doesn't mention her, makes one canon, ending canon? or are they going to kind of play around with the timelines and kind of have an explanation for what Max has been getting up to? So I do have concerns, but yeah, like I said, I'm excited nonetheless, mate.
It's an interesting question there, and it opens up, possibilities of what they could do with this storyline. I mean, what you were saying there, I do think that actually it would be quite wise if there is tie-ins to Life is Strange Season 1 to have, or even Before the Storm potentially, the farewell DLC, but, to then have an option for the player at the beginning of the game to choose what their endings were, because the likelihood is that players might be on another console, so their saves can't come across. So I think that would be a good idea, and I think what they did at Telltale Walking Dead was exactly that. It's this different realities thing, isn't it? It's almost the next evolution from the whole going back in time thing. Now we're mixing with other realities. And you mentioned Chloe there, mate, like, could there be a potential return on the cards for Chloe? I mean, if the dead friend can come back in another reality, why not bring back another dead friend? So that's one to look out for as well, I think.
Yeah, and I have seen people explain in the comments of the Life is Strange video on YouTube that apparently the comics go into, different timelines where people are dead in some, alive in others. And I have seen that with, time travel TV shows such as like Dark, for example. So yeah, like, it is definitely, a possibility they could explore. But I do like the fact that there are little nods in there to, like, the original Life is Strange game. We see Max with a camera at one point, and also, I really like this theme of the fact that, her quote says, "I promise never to use my power again, but my friend's dead." So I really am fascinated by this theme where she's got a power, she's never used it again because she's maybe been so traumatized from the fact that she nearly ended the world in Season 1, that this power is kept under lock and key, but she's busting that power back out. And that's a kind of like thread and storyline that I'm really intrigued by, to see where that leads.
Oh yeah, same here, mate, same here. I've got to say that I think, like, a couple of observations on my end. I don't know what it is. I know it doesn't make any sense really because it's don't nod. But I was really picking up, like, Tell Me Why and Twin Mirror vibes throughout this trailer. I think it's perhaps the cold, wintry setting is perhaps the Tell Me Why influences. But even the Twin Mirror, like, the detective looks like the detective out of Twin Mirror. And I just thought it was really odd, like, how those things that sort of like starting to come together. But yeah, another little thing I spotted as well, potentially a theory or something, to keep in mind going forward. The whole trailer starts and you've got this shot, it's above Max, and you're seeing this owl, like, sort of watch over her. And you then see another shot later on, it looks like Max has got an owl pin on her coat. And I don't know, because we've had this chat before about spirit animals in, like, the Life is Strange universe, I wonder if that owl potentially represents someone. I don't know if that represents Max, but I swear she was a different animal. Or whether it represents perhaps her friend Sophie or something like that. And that's why she's got the pin on her coat. So maybe that's something to keep an eye on, mate.
Yeah, for sure, because, like, yeah, Life is Strange heavily explores spirit animals, and yeah, Max is most likely the doe, so maybe that the owl is Safi. So yeah, no, we'll have to certainly keep an eye out for that one. And just going back to your point earlier, mate, of the fresh painted graphics, it does look great, and it's great to see that the actual words coming out their mouth match their lips, which is really refreshing to see. So yeah, we'll have to keep a close eye out on this one. So yeah, this is a game we will heavily be keeping tabs on as the weeks progress, mate.
One final thing from me, mate. I'm not sure, I haven't really seen any other channels tackle this. Given the news about Deck 9 in recent months, all the stuff that's been going on in the background there, obviously this is a good bit of publicity for them. It's sort of a new Life is Strange game, they're giving the fans what they want, sort of thing. But has your opinion wavered at all, or do you feel like that there should be, I remember sort of seeing comments about perhaps potentially boycotting the game, anything on that end, or are you just too wrapped up in the excitement of Max coming back and forgetting all of that bad news from the past?
Nah, it's a really good point, and it is one that was at the back of my mind when I did see that Deck 9 were the ones, doing this game. I do think that it's almost like innocent until proven, guilty. However, yeah, like it is something that is really prevalent, and if it's true, then I almost feel like I can't play this game. So I hope to God that it's almost like a new staff team, or they've changed their ways, or there's measures in place and investigations, because apparently True Colors was an absolute nightmare to, make for some workers, and I really hope that there isn't a similar backstory going on here with Life is Strange Double Exposure.
Yeah, there we go, guys. That was our take. That was our reaction to the new Life is Strange Double Exposure trailer. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below. Have you got any theories on where this plot could potentially go? And yeah, do stay tuned. We're going to be covering this game on the channel. Analysis series, playthroughs, the good stuff. And yeah, keep it locked. We'll update you any more news in the future. And we'll see you in the next video.
Take care, guys. See you soon.